And that's when he's at his best, under pressure. He's not going to melt or he's not going to fold under a big moment because his whole life has been a big moment.
First of all, shout out to Travis Hunter. His jersey is available right now in the CU bookstore right over there. I think that might be right behind Unc over there.
Yeah.
There. So got Travis jersey available. I think Shedeur is going to become available and everybody, all the other buffs. How cool is that to have Travis jersey right there available for all of the CU fan base?
Hey man, it just makes sense, man. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You gotta do what makes sense in this industry. These are popular guys, not just in Colorado, but nationally. Shedeur still has the highest selling jersey taking place right now. I think he went over 250 million. So in his pockets, that's about 14 or 15 million when they do the breakout between the player, the league, and the team. Pockets ain't hurting, that's for certain. I tell you, Chico, I don't know if you saw my Facebook post last night, man.
Oh, I think I did.
I tagged New Orleans Saints in and Shedeur, and I said, Saints,
Great post.
call the Cleveland Browns, which I tagged in it, and said, man, make them offers of Shedeur. Yeah.
And
You got
said
a
make
first.
Them, say, make them a real offer.
Make them a real offer. Yeah,
Yeah.
legit offer. Yeah, don't come in here playing around now, because yeah, like I understand, like we talked about in the show before. I understand why he's 4 on the depth chart. That's where he was drafted.
Right.
And there has not been enough camp or failures by the 2 guys drafted ahead of him to shift the order. I understand that. But when you start getting into preseason games or the start of the season and your QB room is lackluster because you had some injuries or some guys retire, whatever the case may be, here the Cleveland Browns got a guy, a generational talent listed at 4th, sitting there. Man, y'all crazy. I'm talking about all the other teams that need a quarterback. They picked up the phone and said, all right, Cleveland, we got it. What you want?
Exactly. Especially after seeing what they've seen in camp so far. You know, they should be, okay, man, this guy's performing like this, which is all over the news. We can see it, even if we don't want to see it. We see his numbers. Yeah. And we see what we have right here in-house that we drafted. We see
Dukes,
it's trash.
I say this to you, Dukes, and interested in your feedback. And I hate to even try to make something logical because the Cleveland Browns have had 40 quarterbacks since 1999 when they came back in. No one has had that many starting quarterbacks in that amount of time. They've had 40. So they clearly need to do a better job in managing their quarterback situations over time. Having said that, I don't see logically how you can release a guy and get nothing for him, when you can trade for him and get something for him. So from a business standpoint, they're going to go into the regular season, right? Look the way it looks like now, with 4 quarterbacks on their roster, 5th if you count Deshaun. Why not entertain a trade for him? There are teams out there who skipped over him wrongly, so like the Saints, I'm starting with them. The Steelers, but they got Ed Rodgers for a year. Man, if I'm the Saints, I'm calling. Yeah. I'm calling Deuce. What Deuce? I know you don't want to talk about Deuce because the Saints your rival, but put that to the side for a second.
No, straight up. Like this the thing. There's some positivity in this whole mess, right? Mm-hmm. And so they always say you got to find a silver lining in the cloud. I'm looking at the story that's building up of why a team would continue to mishandle a player. And so I'm looking at it and I'm trying to dive in so I can say, all right, you got a top 2 quarterback at last year's draft that you are not giving 1 reps to, that if you would have gave him more capital, you would have given him those reps. Yeah. The only reason he's not getting the reps is because he doesn't have the capital on the other side of it. But that's fine. But the thing about the trade is going to be, we know what the preseason is. For guys who may not make the team, and I'm not saying Shedeur won't, but I'm just saying in general. Preseason games are auditions or interviews for other teams.
Absolutely.
So we may hear more of that trade talk after Shedeur does what he does. Because I have no doubt in my mind about what he's going to do when given opportunities when the bullets start flying. And that's when he's at his best, under pressure. He's not going to melt or he's not going to fold under a big moment because his whole life has been a big moment. Now, with that being said, once he does that, Cleveland ain't gonna let him go. Like Cleveland's like one of them. Like Cleveland is like it's like one of them dudes who as long as she's right here, don't nobody want her. Then oh man, she be all right. Oh man, she ain't all that. But
they treat any type of way.
But they don't take nothing but a player like BiggDogg Chico to say he want. They don't take nothing but a big old player like Uncle Neely to say he want her. And then you feel me? Yeah. Then from that point is now, oh man, I gotta have her. We knew this all along. So you getting all the benefits. You getting the cooking and the cleaning. You getting the media clicks. You getting the jersey sales. But you're not treating it fairly. But guarantee you, because like in every and we could go back to my man Tyler Perry. You know how them Tyler Perry movies end when they don't do right? Chico twin. They don't do right. You get
there's always a light-skinned brother with Chico braids.
I'm telling you, but and I'm making light of the situation. But honest to goodness, I feel like Cleveland is only going to clean closer to Shedeur as he starts to perform more and more on that national level. So I think we stuck with it for a while, and I think it's only going to be a testament in Shedeur's testimony that he's taken a team that has not had luck with a quarterback in 30 years. And he'll be the first one.
Yeah, that's one thing I say, BiggDogg, is that if anybody on the face of this planet can right the wrongs of the Browns' mismanagement over decades in the QB room, it would be somebody with the last name Sanders. And so I would still be all of my chips are in the center of the table. But until we get to that point and I have to call things on a day-to-day basis as they are on that particular day, come on, man. Yeah. Like you got it at least a generational talent, at least every 25-year guy sitting there at 4 that you can't move up because of the way everything is stacked. That's where you draft him at. And to propel him from 4 to 2, then you got to let the other 2 go. Like somebody got to go if you're using logic, or because you made all these compounded bad decisions, you have to keep doubling down and just keep everybody.
Yeah.
Which does him no service into years to come. I remember this, man. My good friend, DPZ, as I call him, Dak Prescott, he went into Cowboys camp his rookie year. Hell, at one point he was 5th. By the time camp started, he was 4th. You had a guy step off a curb at the team hotel and break his foot. You had another guy get injured at camp. They go into the preseason game. He's 2 by default. And Tony Romo back get hurt. And they go into the season. He started.
That's crazy.
And you didn't hear Romo no more. And so crazy things happen. And then it was proven like, damn, he was that guy all the time. And we just had him at 4th. And we were going to do like the Green Bay Packers and let him go up over the years, play behind Romo, but injuries derailed that plan. Well, now, you got Watson in the room who's not in the room. You got Flacco, the 1-year veteran, old man in there for this year. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. It's like they juggling with chainsaws that's turned on.
Damn. I'll say this right here. And Duke's made the point. I think it could be, several different ways it could go, because look like it's playing out that he's going to get a lot of playing time this Friday coming up in their first game.
Absolutely.
Dylan, Gabriel, and Kenny Pickett having hamstring issues. Of course, Flacco, being the veteran he is, not going to do too much in the preseason. Maybe a series here to start the game, and then you have a game for Shedeur. But you still need another arm there, just in case.
You got to be able to practice.
You have to practice also. So they brought in Huntley, who formerly played for the Browns, to give them that extra arm with the other guys injured. But this is a chance for Shedeur to showcase what he can do, and that can increase that trade value if they ultimately want to trade him, right? That can increase it. Or they can be like, you know what? Here's your chance. Do what you're going to do, and try to put him out there with the 3s and the 4s or whatever, and not be in the best situation. But Shedeur's going to go out there. Whoever he's playing with is still football. Is making the right reads. Is making the correct check down, nice, accurate throws, putting your guys in position to make the plays is what they're going to be looking at. So, as long as he get a chance to play, he's going to be able to shine.
Well, again, one of the things that's going to benefit him that you articulated there, Chico, and I know my man Deuce the Scoop agrees, because he's fourth in the room and he was drafted last, preseason is for him. So he's going to get some reps in preseason. But one thing I do want to point out to folks who may not know how this thing has to work in practice, you look here at Colorado, looking down there on the lower fields, everybody knows this QB1 battles between Juju and Salter. Like, that's a given. And you got Staub right there, whether you count him as 2 or 3 in that mix. Well, you still got, Ponder and Colton down there too. And guess what happens in practice? All 5 of them throw the ball.
Yeah.
Because you have to be able to practice. And if we had a 6th one, he'd throw the ball too, because you got to be able to practice. So when people look up and see, like, man, why Cleveland bringing in a guy? Well, because 2 of the guys you drafted, for whatever reason, whether it's a day or a week, can't practice, you have to practice. So you got to sign somebody. And it's the reverse effect on the outside. When you look what happened with, again, the Saints in the days and weeks after the draft, how their QB need just increased. And you got a guy sitting right there now. All you got to do is pick up the phone.
That you can make and the way it's looking like, they should be able to offer some, and the Browns look like they want to take some, the way they're treating the situation. But we'll see. Hey, what you think, Duke?
I'm telling you, man. I just feel like I is sometimes, I'm a big conspiracy theorist on this one. I know that it's setting up for Shedeur to ball. It's like, even like, okay, he's 4th string. All right, cool. But he's clearly been the most accurate passer in the situations that he's been given. All right, and the most efficient. He's done the most with his reps. So if he's 4th string and he goes in and he's walking down the depth chart, game 1, you got to think we're only 25% done, 25%. So if you take a guy who's at the bottom, you can't be first this fast. Even though he should have been first in the first place, the timing has to happen. So he's going to get an opportunity to walk each game down, because he's going to play all 3 games. And what better way for him to get the value that's attached to him and the opportunity that's attached to him than him to put it on film where everybody can see it. You can't hide it in the preseason game.
That's what it is.
And one thing I want to say to that, Dukes, because you are spot on, in my opinion, it only increases what Cleveland's going to be able to get for him. Because here's what we got to understand. Just the other day, the owner still has the body language and words that I didn't want him.
Right.
And he hadn't said anything to say that his mind has changed.
Mm-hmm.
He see these stats, he see these performances, and he's still saying, yeah, man, had it been on me, he wouldn't be here. Dukes did that. And so only thing that's going to happen as he performs in these preseason games, continues to perform in practice, costs going up, and then Cleveland got to make a decision. Hey, do we want to, get a true business exit out of this and double down on our 40 years of bad QB decisions? Or do we go ahead and keep him and elevate him to 2 behind Flacco and let him start after Flacco after the bye week?
Yeah. And who knows how long Flacco is going to be lasting anyway. Hopefully he goes, he's healthy. But at the end of the day, he's past his prime. And I don't think he want to get hit that many times.
I'm not even mad if Shedeur not starting game 1.
No,
I'm
not at all.
Glad. I'm not even mad if he gets to wait his time, learn the game, and then become the guy.
Absolutely.
Mike Penix didn't start. He was the Falcons' first round pick. He didn't start day 1.
Dukes, I'm only mad if we get to week 1 and he's still at 4.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad if he's not playing yet, because he shouldn't. When you look at the business side of it and investment of it, he shouldn't surpass Flacco, and Flacco is healthy. That's your guy. But you can't tell me he ain't supposed to surpass one of these other 2 guys that you drafted in front of him.
For sure.
One of them, he got to go over one of them.
And if Flacco, as long as Flacco is healthy, he'll be my starter if I'm the coaching staff.
Absolutely.
And you want to develop Shedeur, but you also want to improve what's around him before you just throw him out there at the same time. He said, hey, man, Friday going to be big, but tomorrow we got a great guest. So, hey, we can't wait to keep bringing you guys more and more. Y'all want us to keep coming? We're going to keep coming. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, all the other good stuff. We're going to be up and about this thing. Peace in the middle. East. Yeah, EBSU.
So where y'all from?
We up from Miami, Florida.
All the way from Miami.
All the way from Miami.
Appreciate y'all coming, man.
Hey, man, we love what you guys are doing, man. We want to support you in every way.
Appreciate your family.
And we're recruiting at home. Everything we see at home, we bring it this way.
My man.
Thank
You gotta believe. Dude, we've been believing since day one,
That's why I
dog.
gave them to
Remember
you.
back in Jackson State? We've been believing with you in the pregame show.